the park to get the kumara. It tastes so good to me. I get the shovel and the spade.
Tēnā nō tātou, kei konei ahau, kei te taha o tētai o ngā kaitākaro no te tima pūru. Ko te kapa o puke kohe tērā. Ko Jayden Bezzant, tēnei. Kei te pēhea, brother.
Good brother.
Me.
Good brother.
Me. So just before we get into it, quick introduction. Who you are, what you do, where you're from. Just to give a bit of background for the viewers and for the listeners.
Jayden Bezzant from Tauranga. Basketball player. I'm currently playing for the Franklin Bulls and yeah.
Me. And on your Māori side, where are you from?
Ngāti Tainga.
Ngāti Tainga.
Yeah, Tainui.
Me, Tainui waka. Me, bro. So, still gonna start the questions off, going back to when you were a kid. What made you start playing basketball? And also, what made you stay in it for this long?
Yeah, I think I started playing basketball because my dad played basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And so probably seeing him play as a kid. They said that I always had like a basketball in my hand, and yeah, I think I just continued to play. I like watching, like, I was into like the NBA as a kid. So yeah, like I loved like the NBA jerseys and like basketball shoes and all that stuff. So I just continued playing basketball. But I played every sport growing up. Like I was just an outdoorsy kid.
Yeah, for sure. And then fast forward a little bit, looking at your high school career in basketball. Talk to us a bit about that experience, playing basketball at your high school at St. John's, playing with Nico, and talk about the whole, how much fun it was playing there.
Yeah, it was pretty hard to move from Tauranga. I had like my little friend group or whatever. So like going to St. John's, like I wasn't like super excited about it. I didn't really have a choice though. Like it was kind of like a family school.
Yeah.
Like my dad went there and my uncles went there. So it was just like my cousins and stuff like that. So it was just like, yeah, I was gonna go there.
Yeah, for sure.
And then yeah, they had like a way better basketball program though than anything in Tauranga.
Yeah.
So I was there with Mr. Young, up to 4-3. Yeah, he was like my like little mentor for sure. Like he kind of made sure me and Nico were always looked after, and he would like let us in the gym.
Yeah. And
yeah, like that was really the thing. Like Mr. Young would always let us in the gym, so we would just go in the gym all day.
Yeah.
Just play basketball all day, muck around in there.
Yeah.
Yo.
For sure. And we talked about earlier, having someone like Nico to train with and to, compete against. How was that as an experience for you?
Yeah, that was like, that's probably why we got where we are now with basketball, just because we had like someone to go up against every day.
Yeah.
So like that was really good for both of us, and we just like kept going for real.
Yeah, for sure.
And then somehow paved a path to America. But like right then, like right when we were coming up was right when like, cause like pretty much the majority of like the hoopers today went through the college route. So it was like right when it had like just opened up.
Yeah.
To like all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. The college route has absolutely flourished now.
Now,
Everyone
yeah.
going to college.
Right.
So I can imagine it must have been quite an exciting thing once you hear that you're going to America and you're getting offered from these schools. Talk to us a bit about that experience of hearing that you have interest in America, and second of all, how was that transition from Aotearoa to America?
Yeah, I was the whole recruitment phase was crazy, just because didn't really know what was going on. I actually didn't even know what college really was for real.
Yeah.
Just like uni in America. I was like, and then like college ball, you see like college basketball, and you're like, oh. And then, there's not really too much basketball after. Well, back then, bro, there was like pretty much nothing unless you went NBL out of high school.
Yeah.
As far as basketball, after high school.
Yeah.
So it was just like a path to go to America, which sounded amazing.
Yeah.
And like, you know, go to college, and then when you start like looking up the college and the college lifestyle, you see there's this whole thing. So
yeah,
then I was like, yeah, I want to go to college in America.
For sure. And was it hard transitioning from the lifestyle here to the lifestyle in America? Like when you first got there, was there a bit of homesickness or?
Oh, for sure. As soon as you get there, like it's completely different. Well, not completely different, but it's different for sure.
Yeah.
It like, I don't even know really how to explain it, but just that was even like the first time I had been away from home, for real.
Yeah.
Like out of the country for like a long time, like, yeah. So like even adjusting to just being by myself, like don't really know anyone in this country.
Yeah.
Making new friends again. Like luckily, like the team was super cool, and there was a lot of like foreigners on our team. Yeah. So that was cool too. I didn't feel like I was the only one.
Yeah.
And you know, you get up to mischief, bro. It's so like America, bro. It's a vibe over there.
Yeah. It seems like it. So fast forwarding, we're at the phase where you're getting recruited, you're figuring out what your next move is. Obviously, you go to prep school for 1 year. You can say the name because I struggled with it last time. What was the name of that school again?
So the first school I went to was Westwind Prep in Arizona. And after there, I went to UTRGV in Texas, University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley. And then from there is where I went to Northwest Nazarene after that.
Yes.
Yeah, so I went to a couple schools, man. Yeah. But that's kind of like what happens in college.
Yeah, you jump around a bit.
You can if you want, yeah.
For sure. And then talking about that, your first school in Arizona, we talked about before that it was a redshirt year for you. What's that experience like? Because you're doing everything with the team. You're acting as if almost you're going to play because you're doing everything. You're practicing, you're traveling with them, but then you don't get to play. What's that experience like? Because I can imagine it's a unique one.
Yeah, the redshirt year was I think it was good for my growth, honestly. Like it wasn't even that bad for like redshirt year. You kind of get to be a college basketball player, but you just don't travel. That's really the main difference. Yeah. Or play, obviously. Yeah. But yeah, it was cool. Like I got used to living in America. Got used to how they play in America because it's way different. Yeah. Especially coming from like my generation in New Zealand compared to like that era in America.
Yeah, for sure.
So like that was even just like getting used to that, and yeah, it was good. It was good for me to just like settle in and
find your feet, settle into the place, and then you've moved to America, which already is a new place. And then you have to move again to another new place in America, which, like you were saying before, is completely different. How was that transition from Arizona to
Texas?
Arizona
and Texas are like kind of similar, like weather-wise, but the area I was in was Rio Grande Valley, like it was right on the border, so there's a lot of Latino people. It's just majority. Yeah. And so like that was pretty cool actually. Like there's super cool people. I had hella cool friends. Yeah. But yeah, there's not much to do out there for real, and like you don't really see it, but you hear about it, and then it's like all the stuff with like, you know, the drug, like just the crazy border stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like, you hear about it, and then like, oh, that's like an hour that way. You know what I mean? Oh, that's actually right here. Like what? Yeah. Yo, I guess that was actually crazy. Yeah. And like the first time I seen like guns. Yeah. Everybody got guns.
Every single person.
Pretty much.
Yo, that's crazy.
Like a lot of these dudes got guns.
Yeah.
Girls had guns. Like.
It's the culture shock. It must have been a huge culture shock. And then, looking forward, obviously you get offered your full ride scholarship to the University of Northwest Nazarene.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about the feeling of actually receiving offers to go to colleges on a full ride, because that's a massive thing in itself to even get offers.
Yeah. It's a pretty crazy process. You know, like once you get on the transfer portal, there's like this list of kids that transferring from school. It's like you just never know for real, like who's watching and who's paying attention. So you just get your phones ringing because now they can call you. And so, when I was getting recruited, it was a hectic couple weeks. Just lots of phone calls, lots of texting, FaceTimes, like talking to coaches. And I really didn't know, like, this is my first time even getting recruited. So I had no idea what I was doing. Yeah. You know, so I was pretty persuaded to go to NNU. I had coaches helping me out, but I narrowed down the schools to 4 schools. And then from those 4 schools, I just picked
Northwest.
Yeah. And but I didn't really know because they were all kind of like the same, just in different areas. But then again, I don't know the areas.
Yeah.
So I don't know the things. So I'm really just going off like the websites and the team.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the rosters and like what the roster be doing, and then the NNU team had like a bunch of international guys, which was cool. Handy. So now I wouldn't be like the only foreigner. Yeah. So that was cool. And then like they had an ex-NBA coach. Yeah. Or like I can't remember how he was in the NBA, but Coach Fleming, he's super cool coach, man. He was a super coach. And then the website looked like Hogwarts. Yeah.
What, the buildings or like?
Yeah, like the buildings compared to the other schools, like the buildings were like that kind of style, and like all my coaches and people that were kind of in my corner were like this is probably the best school, like as far as education and all that other stuff, as well as they have a good basketball team and a good coach. So I was like,
yeah, for sure. And going through those 4 years on your full ride scholarship, what was that like? Because I feel like when you're in a spot for longer than a year even, but to be there for 4 years, it does kind of start to feel like a second home, I imagine.
Yeah.
What was the feeling like over that 4 years, and how was America feeling to you? Was it feeling like a second home, or was it just feeling?
It was like it was kind of like a second home at that point. I got real used to living in America, the American lifestyle, and I was like really just hoping, bro, like just trying to hope.
Day in, day out.
Yeah, and kind of got lost in it. Plus, like, you know, the schoolwork and stuff like that wasn't even that bad for real. Yeah. So like, I mean, I wasn't the best student. I'm not gonna get it. I was getting C's, bro. Like, come on.
C's get degrees.
C minuses.
Yeah.
But like, we got a degree. It wasn't nothing too crazy.
Yeah. No, for sure.
But yeah, it was cool. Like, it's definitely cool out there.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't need to imagine. Actually, I know the basketball is very, very different from there to here. When you got there, what was the biggest like I'm in America moment, or like welcome to America?
Yo, it was
basketball wise.
It was the first tournament I went to. Even it was low-key the first practice I went to as well. Yeah. Cause my prep school team was hella good. We had like 2 7-footers. We had this dude T-Win. He was dunking everything straight from the hood, bro. All the guards was shifty and nice, like, so we got the whole squad is tough. Yeah. And then the first scrimmage, bro, dudes is like driving down the lane, dunking. Like, yeah. But not like no like little scrapey dunks. Like these dudes are doing like hit at the rim dunks, bro. Like whoa. Yeah. And this is just me, like little shooter. But I was shifty though. But bro, yeah, that was my welcome to America moment. Cause like in New Zealand, we didn't really have too many athletes like that.
Yeah.
Right, you could probably count
on your fingers.
Maybe 10, maybe like at that age, there was probably like maybe 20 of us that were dunking. Maybe.
Yeah, rim grazers or.
Yeah, I was rim grazers for sure, bro.
Yeah.
But all the big guys like Jack Sold and all the taller dudes, they were all dunking. But get over there, bro. Dude's my height dunking and some crazy dunks like windmills and stuff. And I'm just like, oh, what?
Yeah, for sure. Different level out there.
Just like different level athletes, hey.
Yeah, for sure. And then fast forwarding, you're going into your senior year. You're looking at your options at the time. What were just a couple of the options available to you, and what was you thinking of taking?
Yeah, I was my senior year. I'm on track to graduate, which is a blessing. And sure. We made it somehow. I was on track, and I had like some employment lined up, like outside of basketball. Say I would got the degree. There was like there was opportunities on the table for me to work in America, pretty much. And that was kind of my mindset after the season finished, right? That I was kind of, bro, at that point, like going that hard for that long, like I was actually burnt out with basketball. Like,
you would be.
Yeah, I was, bro. Like I still loved it, but I didn't feel like playing. Like, I was like, I need to just stop playing that.
Yeah, I need a break.
I just really needed a break. And then I was just like, yeah, that was tough. Like thinking like, all right, yeah, hoops was sick. Yeah. We don't even have to really go like that no more. And I'm just going to go ahead and try to get this bread, stay in America.
Yeah.
And then COVID happened. COVID hit, and then that kind of like took all the opportunities off the table. Like that you couldn't get those jobs anymore. Yeah. Or they weren't there for me anyway. So I was like, okay, what's the next play is to go home. And I still had to get my degree though. So got the degree, went home. Going home like during the whole COVID process was super tough. Yeah. Trying to get flights and stuff. Yeah. And then you had to isolate.
Hectic times.
Yeah, that was trash. But while I was in isolation, they hit me up about the sales NBL.
The draft
thing. I don't know what it was. For real, like when I come home, I didn't even know what it was. And I hadn't been hooping really. Yeah. At all. I wanted to hoop, but they didn't let me in the gym. So that was teats. And then I'm literally just at the crib all day. Yeah. Cold as in Idaho.
Yeah, for sure. And then you get over here for the draft.
Yeah, I got into my name in the draft on like the last day. Right when I get out of ISO is right when it's time to go down. Yeah. Get drafted to the Jets. I'll get to play with Toby and Hiram and Mātaki there and Hayes, like all the
brothers.
The brothers for real. Dane.
Yeah.
We had like a little squad. We had some swagger. Yeah. That we had we had this little bit of swagger out there. Did that. That was super cool. And that was like my first taste of professional basketball. Yeah. Right. Even I didn't even know if I was going to play again. Yeah. And then I played in that and we did pretty well, made it to the finals, and then didn't get it done though.
But I mean, you can't win it all. And how was that experience at Manawatu? What were your biggest takeaways from being in Manawatu? Obviously, you spent there for the showdown, and then for a regular NBL season. Is that correct?
Right.
2 different competitions 1 year, pretty hectic. But what were your biggest takeaways from being in Manawatu, basketball-wise and life-wise?
Yeah, just learning like the professional game compared to the college game. Yeah. Yeah, pros is a lot different. Not in school, like, I never really got taught how to play basketball. You know, you just kind of run the plays and stuff like that. You go through the actions and they just put good players in good situations and see what you can do.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, when I got here, I was just good at using screens and getting to my spots and, like, scoring. That was kind of my game. And then it was just, like, learning the game. You know, I'm still learning today, like, actually thinking the game, understanding the reads and the covers and, you know, going through that side of the game. And, yeah, I didn't really learn that in college. Yeah, but in the pros, though, like, yeah, you got to just... That's what I learned.
Yeah, for sure. And then, so you've had, 2 seasons, essentially. 1 year in the pros. Then you sign with the Bulls, the team out in Pukekohe. Your current team now, from a viewer standpoint, from a fan standpoint, when I was watching the boys, it did look like a lot of fun. You had a different swagger about you. It looked like you cared. Like, people cared about each other. People cared about the games a lot. You could see it. A lot of emotion on the sidelines. Even the boys who didn't get runs. Even the boys who were on the floor. Lots of energy. Talk to us a little about that experience. Being with those boys at the Bulls.
Yo, the Bulls. The Bulkios, bro. Yeah. Nah, that was definitely a super fun year, right? Like, we were a super close group that year. As far as, like, the core New Zealanders, like the dudes that were, like, in Puki and, like, the 2 houses, man. We had 2 houses going, my house and another house, and the guys were getting super close, maybe a little too close, some of them.
Yeah.
For real. And, yeah. Nah, it was super cool, though, and I think that's the reason why we were so tight, and it went on to the course, because, like, we all lived together, and all, like, looked out for each other, you know, like, we're cooking for each other and cleaning, like, talking crap all day, bro.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
It definitely, like, translated onto the court.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
for sure. You can see it, you can feel it as well as a fan. There was a different type of swagger about you, and I mean, it's sad that a couple of the boys have left, but fast forwarding to your current year at the Bulls and the buzz around the team right now, talk to us a little bit about the recent success of the Bulls team that you're with currently.
Yeah, the Bulls. Yeah, we're doing all right. We're 2-2 right now. So we definitely got a lot to work on. We're facing early adversity with injuries.
Oh, for sure, Tyrell
and Dan being out for a couple games. But, you know, we're just still learning as a group how to play with each other. Pause. And we're still like working it out, and Coach Dan has been great for us, though, bro. Like, he's a really good coach. Yeah,
I've seen a couple of his. I was watching the game the other day, and one of his halftime interviews was just great. He speaks so well.
Oh, yeah, for sure, well spoken.
Yeah, he's very well spoken. And it does.
He's super animated too. I don't know if you see him on the sidelines, man.
Yeah.
This guy, he goes hard, man. But it's all passion, bro. And we all just. I think we're gonna be okay this year, bro. Like,
sure.
Once we get it going. For
sure, and you can see it already. Even though you've been together a short time, it does look like there's already cohesion. You're already bonding and meshing well, even though you've only been together such a short time.
Yeah.
And
we be practicing a lot, though.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Yeah, it's good though. We gotta just, you know, continue to grow every day.
Yeah,
that's really just the main thing. Even if it's a little bit, if it's a lot, like, as long as we just continue making steps forward. By the time it gets down to, you know, the playoffs, I think we'll be a nice smooth functioning machine. Bro.
Yeah. For sure. And then jumping back just a little bit to our recent times, 3-on-3, obviously one of the biggest parts of your career thus far. Started out Big 12, was it? The Big 12 tourney.
The Big 12 tourney, facts. So, yeah.
And then it was the World Cup?
Yep.
Then the Asia Cup?
Yep.
And then comms. That's a lot of places to be in because they're all overseas, all these competitions.
Yeah. 3-on-3.
We'll save Commonwealth for last because we won't talk about that till we've talked about the other comps because it's something else and it's a very special thing. Talk to us about those other 3 tournaments and what it's like playing 3-on-3 and traveling all these crazy countries.
Yeah, 3-on-3 is a different game for sure. It's high speed, high energy. It's like a sprint. It's a sprint basketball, and it was an opportunity that I just got presented with last year, and I thought, why not? Look at the places we get to go, right? Exactly. I was like, boom. Took a risk, like playing 3-on-3. I'd never played 3-on-3 before. I played once at the Jets. For they hold like a 3-on-3 tournament. But before that, I hadn't played at all. At all, like strictly 5. Maybe 3-on-3 with the boys, right? But none of this like actual 3-on-3. And it was cool. It was fun. I was playing well. I don't know. And Coach Pete, man, gave me a lot of confidence.
Big shout out to Pete.
Big shout out to Pete, man. It's my guy.
Top fella.
He just gave me heaps of confidence. My boys were on the team, like Dom, Ty, and Nico, Richie, Zach. Like, these are all my homies. I'm like, man, wow, seems like a really good idea. Yeah. And then, get over there. Bro, our first day, though, wasn't very good. I'll tell you, when we finally played, like, another opponent, they had all played 3-on-3 before. So I'm the first one coming in. Yeah. Kind of like, I have no idea what to expect, bro. Like, I'm the first sub, like, it's tough. I'm chilling. And, bro, our first day, I think we dropped our first 2 games, like, bad. Yeah. And I was like, whoa, this is, bro, you're outside, it's windy, like, the court's, like, tiles, bro, so you don't really...
Yeah, it's like that playground kind of floor.
Yo, and all these dudes, bro, they play 3-on-3, so they understand how the game works at that level. Yeah. For sure. Yeah, so they're like, these dudes are like going through their actions and getting through their stuff hella good, and me and Nico is just trying to ISO ball. Like, all of us, we're just like trying to work it out, honestly. Yeah. And the next day, though, we watched film, come back, bro, killed it the next day. Yeah. And then, got ready for the World Cup. Yeah. And you figured out, like, because, again, from a viewer's point and a fan standpoint, your game and Nico's game is almost perfect for 3-on-3. Good shooting, can get to the hoop quick. That's about, for the baseline for 3-on-3, that's about all you need. Yeah, it's really I think we did well because we can create our own shot from 3 and from layups, and then we also good at finding our teammates as well. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And when you got them 2 big boys, man, make it easy. Yeah. So it was a cool little dynamic that our team had with we could put different lineups out there. We always try to play big, put both bigs in, because a lot of 3-on-3 teams are all the same height. Yeah. And they're all kind of like 6'4", 6'5". Then maybe one dude's taller. Yeah. So me and Nico would use our quickness and all that, and then we had 2 big boys with Dom and Ty that were just like overpowering too. And 2 fellas that can stretch the floor also. Yeah, and they can both shoot too. Yeah. So it was definitely cool. It was fun. But then again, like World Cup, we're still working it out. Like, still figuring out. We don't even have too many games under our belt. I think I had 4 games before we got to the World Cup. That's crazy. Bro, we were kind of holding our own for the most part. Yeah. But it's been overseas and being in France and Belgium was super fun. Yeah. You get to see Europe a little bit. Yeah, it must be. It's almost like, it is basically like the
the basketball equivalent to rugby sevens.
Yeah, that's it.
Travelling hella, shorter games, sprint.
Short games.
Yeah.
Yeah, some games where I would wouldn't be warm. Like I would warm up, and then you know how you get like going, and then the game's over.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I got all this energy and like ready to go, and like, but the game's done and you gotta wait a couple hours. So I'm like literally just, like needed, I don't know, like I was even getting used to all that stuff.
Yeah.
How to prepare for the games.
Yeah. Is
different from 5-on-5. Like it's really most of it is different.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then fast forward even more, you get the Commonwealth call. What was that like? That's because that is it's something to be proud of for sure. It's one of the highest levels of sport you can reach.
Yeah.
Talk about how you were feeling at the time you found out you were going to the Commonwealth Games, and then talk about the Commonwealth Games and how they were, brother.
Yeah, it was definitely pretty surreal when Pete called me and said he wanted me to be part of the team and all that. For 3-on-3, so I was definitely excited. There's no way I wasn't gonna go. And yeah, a part of it was for sure just like the honor that comes behind representing your country at the Commonwealth Games.
For sure.
And what it means, and like you really did feel like the whole country was standing behind us. You know, like not just like the 3-on-3 team, but like all the teams.
Yeah.
You know, the support was crazy, and it was definitely a really cool experience. Like that, even like that, like an Olympic village vibe.
Yeah.
Like the village vibe. So we're walking around and all the different athletes from all the different countries, and they all doing like they're the best at their country at what they do.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. Like
living between the
you
base.
you just meet all like gymnasts, weightlifters, sprinters, like all types of athletes for real. So that was cool. That was definitely cool.
And then there's a video that was popping off around that time around the Commonwealth with you and the boys all wearing your glasses, walking through the parade. I'm sure you're like rubbing your hands or something like this.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that. How was the parade? The opening ceremony?
The opening ceremony was... Bro, it was crazy. They really put on like fireworks and...
Yeah, it looked crazy.
The dances and like everything. It was like... I'm super grateful to be part of that. That was cool. And like even like when you're just standing there looking around and you're like, wow, like the whole world's like watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, like majority of people back home are watching. People all over are watching.
For sure.
Like you're on like a world stage. I think that's probably the first time I've been on like a world stage.
Yeah. And
to get a little moment, get a little clip, eh?
Yo. Yeah. We'll show the clip as well in this so they know what we're talking about. Staying with the Commonwealth, just last question before we move on. What was the hardest game you had during that time for you personally? So maybe not the closest, but what was the hardest game to you while you were there?
I mean, probably our last game. That was our game to advance, and we didn't get it. But man, that was a tough game. I played a lot of minutes in that game, and like it's not like in 3-on-3 minutes, like I'm hurt. Like we roll the subs pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Just like so, always fresh legs out there, just because like it's a sprint. So yeah, it was a dogfight against Canada. They went up on us early, but we like brought it back late, and then just couldn't just get over the finish line. So that was definitely a tough one.
Yeah.
And especially like boom, like our tournament's done.
Over, just like
Com
that.
Games is done. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wanted to get a medal, bro. That would have been sick.
That would have been maybe the next step,
Yeah.
Next Commonwealth Games when they come around.
Yeah, New Zealand's getting it better at 3-on-3. Like I'm seeing, 3-on-3 is everywhere now.
Yeah.
There's always like 3-on-3 games.
Yeah.
Tournaments. Yeah, it's good.
And without a doubt, once we come around to the next Commonwealth Games, I'm sure you will all be back in there, jamming, going hard, and we'll bring home a medal, Hopefully. Now,
Hopefully.
yeah, not hopefully. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. And then jumping forward a little bit from the Commonwealth Games, you joined the Breakers. And to me, once again, from a viewer standpoint and a fan standpoint, one of the best Breakers seasons I think we've all seen in a very, very while.
Yeah.
In a very long time. Talk to me about that experience as a whole, because especially to come in your first year and make it as far as you guys made it all the way to the finals game and to make your debut. Talk to me about that whole process.
Yeah, it was well, Coach Modi reached out to me. And yeah, offered me an opportunity to kind of get my foot in the door. So I was like, yeah, why not? Why not take it?
Yeah.
We had just gone on this crazy basketball journey with 3-on-3, and I kind of wish I didn't miss as many games, but, you know, you can't win them all, right, for the NBL. So I was like, yeah, I want to go to the Breakers and learn from Modi and learn, like, what it takes to get to the next level. Sure, and then, like, that group, bro, is like another really good family vibes group. And it starts with Modi, right? Like, he was the big dog. And then we got, like, a super cool New Zealand group, Core, that, like, we all knew each other.
Yeah.
You know, Will, good. He's
Base.
cool, kind of, bro.
Killer.
Yeah, killer. And then the imports, bro, is super dope. Like Barry Brown DP. Yeah. Super dope. The Brantley brothers, man. Man, Jamal's on my team now, bro. Like. Yeah. Yeah, it's like a family for real. Yeah. Out there. That especially this year, like we had a family vibe, and that, including the staff too.
Yeah, it seemed like it as well. I seen the video of Modi after you guys lost the finals, and Jarrell's in the back saying, "This is a good coach, man. I love this guy."
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's fact. He had like a really special relationship with like all of us. Yeah. You know, he's one of them coaches. Yeah, he's a really good coach.
When you talk about relationships with all of you, is he good at having a like individual relationship with you? So not as if you're just his player, but as you are kind of like a friend. Although he's a coach.
Nah, he just cares about his guys for sure.
Yeah,
just really genuine cares about us, bro. Straight up as they come. Yeah, he's not gonna bullshit you ever, bro. Not gonna sugarcoat nothing. And bro, that is respect at this level, right? Like that's what players want. That's what we need. Yeah. And like, but this all comes from like love.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not coming from a negative place. It's so we can get better. So as a unit, like it was never ever about one guy ever. Yeah. You know, it was all about everyone. Yeah. And some coaches, bro, they don't coach like their best players. Like some coaches don't coach the imports. Like they coach the rest of the guys. You know, they can't let them do anything. But he coached his best players the hardest. You know, he'd be on Will and Zay and Barrett, like all the imports the hardest, bro. So yeah. Yeah,
and it must be such a privilege to learn from someone of his caliber. We've talked about it in the past as well, how much of a basketball freak that guy is, Modi, when it comes to talking plays. Give us a little example of what he's like as a basketball mind.
I mean, he's the biggest brain I've ever met, bro. Yeah. Let's be completely honest. He knows what he wants, knows what's trash, what's good, what's shit, what every play that other team is running. Yeah. Bro, every play, he knows all the plays in the book probably. He knows all the players, bro. Yeah. He knows everything. Like, he knows all of our games broken down to a T. He can, you know, bro, he just knows. Yeah. I'm trying to learn from these dudes for like, it's a lot. So it's crazy to think that he knows so much more, bro. Like, yeah. But not even about basketball, about life, man. Like, yeah, he's cool like that.
Top fella, yeah. And going through the Breakers, like the whole journey of the season was amazing. Obviously, having a good record, staying around that like 2 and 1 spot all season long. Barry takes a hit. breaks his... Or is it broken hand or...
Yeah, he broke his hand.
Yeah, broke his hand, out for a little bit. There's a little bit of a dip. Couple of games dropped here and there. And then back up. And now you're in the final. Talk to us about the final. How was that experience? Week. Yeah. Sorry. Not just finals, playoffs in general.
Yeah, the playoffs, man. You know, the crazy thing was, like, we kind of always knew that we were going to make the finals.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like, yeah, we're going to beat these teams, yeah. But, like, you got to go out and beat them, obviously. But there was no, like, bro, like, we were never timid or anything like that, right? Like, we were just going in there and, Māori would get us prepared to our best of our abilities. We just go out and execute. And when we executed, bro, we won.
Yeah.
For real. Whenever we execute Māori's game plan, bro, we won.
Yeah.
But, you know, basketball, bro, it's hard to execute every time down the floor.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, these dudes are trying to stop you, so... Yeah, but the finals week was super electric. Good for basketball New Zealand. Good for the Breakers, man, especially what they've gone through.
Yeah.
Having the last couple of years, being away from home, all that, to have like a really good winning season with a really good group of guys. Led by Tommy, bro. Got him back to the final. Big vet.
A really underrated season.
Man, he had a crazy final series.
Yeah.
On defense, man, bro. Did an amazing job. He was working so hard to, like...
Mihi.
Shout out to Tommy A.
Yeah, shout out Tommy A, one of the biggest vets in breaker history.
Yeah, bro. And, yeah, bro, the games were electric. I know we probably wish we could have got that one back where Zabes was out and Walton was out.
Yes.
But, you know, that's basketball.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Exactly. That's basketball, that's how it goes. And, finishing up on the Breakers, it must have been an unreal experience to rub shoulders with those guys and to be in that type of pro environment, because I imagine it's very different from NZNBL to the ANBL. And then jumping back, I believe, one more time, before I forget, I don't know how I forgot, but your Tall Blacks debut.
The TBs.
Talk to us a little bit about that experience, because that's a whole different ball game, I imagine, from anything else, from any other basketball you've ever played.
Yeah, that was... My Tall Blacks debut was during a COVID era too, so it wasn't everything I wish it was, honestly. We went to the Philippines for one of the windows. Yeah, bro, we was in a bubble for real. So doing like a bubble was kind of funny, just in the hotel all day and go to the game. No one's in the crowd, and bro, I heard that gym goes crazy. When we played the Philippines, it was like half full, and it was rocking in there.
Yeah.
The Philippines love basketball, so just so it wasn't like all that, but it was still a great experience to play at that level and to be amongst the top guys in New Zealand and all the top local talent. It was good for my growth too, just to see where I'm at with them and where I need to grow. Yeah.
And obviously doesn't sound like the experience, like the ultimate ideal experience for your Tall Blacks debut, but what was camp like? Because I assume a camp in New Zealand playing for national teams is much different to anything else you've had.
We didn't get like the most time to prepare with each other, so we got a lot of stuff thrown at us real quick. You had to learn on the fly, and it's always just super competitive. That was really it. It was come in a couple days early, learn the plays, start running through our defensive schemes, and then go out, perform, man,
and do it,
get it done.
Yeah,
that's kind of how it went down. But yeah, bro, everyone's super professional about it. Yeah, everyone helping each other out, making sure they were all on the same page, and everybody gets it. So
yeah, for sure. First of many, must have been a crazy experience.
Definitely, man.
Yeah, for sure. moving on to our third to last set of questions before we hop off basketball, just for a little bit. From your Bulls team, talk to me. Who is the most annoying, or who is the biggest pest on the team? Who are you closest with on the team? And who is the hardest working on the team? Quick fire, go.
Alright. The peskiest?
Yeah.
The most annoying?
Yeah.
Who's annoying? I don't even know, bro. I mean, everyone annoying in their own way. I'm gonna say, who is annoying, bro? It's probably Casey.
KC.
Yeah. Annoying.
Yo.
I don't even know what he'd be saying, bro.
And then hardest working.
Hardest working, it's gotta be Dan, our coach.
Yeah.
For sure.
Wow, interesting pick. Pick. And then last, the one you're closest with.
One I'm closest with this year, probably. I gotta think about this hard, bro. I mean, I've been with the Breakers boys all year.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all pretty close. I'll probably say I'm still closest with like Isaac.
Yeah.
Just because like we go way back, right?
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
Yeah, that's probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because
Been together for a while.
well, we did the same thing.
Yeah, same
We
kind of
did,
path, eh?
Yo, high school. He was on a way better high school team than me.
Rangi top.
Yo, he had way better players.
Yeah, for sure.
And then he did college too. And then came home. I think he came home showdown year, same as me.
Yeah.
Facts.
And then he went Bulls from there, right?
And he went Bulls from there. The Bulls drafted
In
him.
their first year, eh?
Yeah, that was their.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was Showdown their first year?
Was it?
I'm not too sure.
Oh.
That's your club, G. History. No.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
If not, just cut it up.
Yeah.
But they were good though.
No, me. And jumping into our last set of questions. Just quickly want to talk about your Māoritanga, or how being Māori has either helped you, assisted you, or even has there been any, more or less, how has being Māori influenced you on your professional sports career?
I think being Māori, especially coming from like such a big family, you learn what family means at like a young age.
Yeah.
As like always sharing with your cousins, and growing up pretty much as like a little village, like
Exactly.
So I think that helped me translate into sports and basketball, is like being like unselfish and being like a team player, just because like that's what you are as living in like a Māori family. Everyone's got to pull their weight, kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I think I've always been really unselfish, like in basketball and just in general. And I think that comes from my mom, and even my dad too, but more so my mom, like, because as a kid I don't always want to share, bro.
Yeah.
But
no kid does.
I knew that I had to share and things like that. And also just like having like a big Māori family, you get to all your cousins, and they all playing rugby too and basketball.
Yeah.
You always got someone to play with, hey?
Yeah, for sure. And just to finish off, if you could say anything to young up-and-coming Māori athletes and how they should treat going through this journey of trying to become a professional athlete.
Yeah, for sure, just always remember your roots and try and stay grounded. I think if you do that, don't get... Because if you're working hard and you're on the right path, then, like, you're going to get a lot of attention and it all comes really quick, like, really fast. So I think just remembering where you come from and always, like, trying to think of the little people in your family and, like, from where you're from and how they've had your back growing up. Because I know, like, a lot of us Māori kids didn't come up the best. But, like, you can't let that be something that stops you or is some type of excuse, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Just
sure.
gotta go hard for it, eh?
Yeah.
Because there's spots out there, man. There's always gonna be spots out there. But it's whether you really put the work in or not, honestly. You should always just trust in your work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
If you put the work in, you know you're on the right path, then, like, all the other stuff will catch up.
Yeah, for sure. That's me. And it's a very different take. Something that I haven't heard yet from someone when I asked this question. So it's refreshing and it's nice to hear a take like that.
Yeah.
But that'll just about be us for this interview.
Nice, brother.
Appreciate you for your time, my brother.
Always.
That'll be us. And